In the last video, we talked about this article that you are seeing on the screen right now. The One Piece remake is a mistake and it proves Japan is accepting a terrible American film trend. But in today's video, we're going to talk about this interesting article. 10 ways the One Piece remake will surpass the original series, based on a CBR article. So let's talk about it. Just like the last video, if you want to go into every single paragraph under this topic, I encourage you to type in the exact information in the Google web search and you will be able to pull up the article. So let's get started with number 10. The East Blue Saga will be under 30 episodes. Wit Studio halves the number of episodes from the original series. Wit Studio aims to adapt the entirety of the East Blue Saga in under 30 episodes, compared to Toei Animation, who adapted the arc in 61 episodes. While ambitious, adapting the East Blue Saga should be fairly easy as a majority of the episode count of the original series stem from poor pacing and filler to pad the runtime.
Nice.
Without such issues, Wit Studios' adaptation of the East Blue Saga will boil down the time investment for current and new fans to be introduced to the Straw Hats and the larger epic beyond the East Blue. Usually when it comes to One Piece, the usual complaint many persons have about the series is that persons usually say at this number of episodes, it will get good. But so we will see how Wit Studio adapt the number of episodes to see if persons would really stay hooked to the masterpiece that is called One Piece. Moving on to number 9. Arcs will be shorter and condensed. Shorter narratives will remove the filler. Wit Studios' adaptation aims to provide a low time investment compared to the original series, so it's within reason to assume that almost every arc of the One Piece will have a much lower episode count than its original counterpart by Toei. Shorter arcs mean less bloat will pad the runtime of a given episode, creating a smoother experience minute to minute compared to the original series that had fundamental pacing issues. Given One Piece manga stretches over 1,000 plus chapters and counting, Wit Studios' adaptation has a lot of ground to cover if they do indeed continue adapting the series after a successful first season. Most likely, the One Piece will remove filler where possible and cut down on common runtime padding techniques that plagued the original series to streamline a given arc's pacing. Otherwise, major story beats will suffer as a result of sharing the runtime and episode count needed for certain arcs with filler segments. Number 8. Faster pacing will create a smoother narrative experience. One Piece's greatest problem is sluggish pacing, and I 1000% agree.
How dare you!
Pacing issues have existed throughout One Piece runtime, especially arcs such as Dressrosa or Whole Cake Island. I agree, especially with the Dressrosa part. Continuing. Even the most diehard fans of the series have expressed annoyance over the amount of filler, flashback sequences, and otherwise general pacing issues that are present in a given episode. The pacing issues are understandable given One Piece weekly release schedule, where viewers need to be caught up from the previous week. But there is only so much room for new content before the recap, intro, and the outro eat up the episode's runtime, especially when filler gets involved.
He's out of line, but he's right.
By reducing the episode count of the series and streamlining the narrative, the overall viewing experience will be in line with One Piece OVA specials, such as the episode of Nami, which follows an abridged version of the Arlong Park arc. Especially the name of the game is removing the fat and unnecessary filler from the narrative while packing as much content into every episode as possible. Wit Studio seems to be up to the task, and as long as they don't follow similar pacing issues, the viewing experience of the One Piece will far surpass the original series. Moving on to number 7, animation quality will be visually stunning and consistent. modern animation practices will allow for consistent episode quality. One Piece fans have been eating well recently with animation spectacle after spectacle since Wano. Given this series has been airing since 1999, the animation quality varies year to year and constantly updates as more modern animation practices are implemented. With so many episodes over the last 20 plus years, it's only natural for the animation quality to dip and become inconsistent. Wit Studios' adaptation will finally create a cohesive viewing experience as they implement modern animation practices that go beyond the industry standard. So tell me, what do you think of point number 6 in the comments? It says the art style will be modernized, and here's the point: One Piece original art style turned many viewers away. The second biggest reason potential fans turn away from watching One Piece comes down to one simple truth. Many dislike One Piece art style. Love it or hate it, One Piece art style allows Oda to create a fantastical world filled with people and places that would normally clash in a shared setting, but thrive instead. Whatever the opinion, the fact remains that many are turned away because of One Piece's unique early art style. Wit Studio aims to modernize the earliest episodes of One Piece and create consistent visuals that will capture those who had problems with the original art style. Now, probably you may disagree with me in the comments. Nothing is wrong with that. But I have hardly heard, I think there's only one TikTok video I remember seeing somebody complaining about the early art style, but I haven't heard much people. Usually the complaint is about the pacing, and usually complaint is also about the episode count. But let me know in the comments if you have heard that argument, or if you feel that is one of the reasons why you can't get, or was a difficulty for you to continue watching One Piece. Number 5, fight choreography will be tight and punchy. Finally! Some of the best fights in One Piece, visually speaking, have only occurred since Wano, meaning a majority of the fights throughout the narrative are dated by the anime industry standards compared to contemporaries. One Piece is known for its bombastic fights, and Wit Studio is in a prime position to use their talent and studio resources to create breathtaking fight sequences. Look no further than their work on Attack on Titan and Vinland Saga to get an idea of Wit Studios' talent and track record for creating visually stunning fight sequences. Point number 4, the One Piece will capture a worldwide audience. Netflix has a global reach and a growing anime brand. Now this one is very interesting to me because I think One Piece since COVID onward has really reached and grown to a worldwide status. In the sense especially that even with the Olympics, many persons were doing One Piece poses. Even recently there was a gentleman who climbed the Mount Everest with a Luffy straw hat and even had the One Piece flag. So it just goes to show that One Piece has literally taken over the globe, but let's see what this article has to say further on that. It's no secret that One Piece is a ridiculous time investment for any potential fan. With the series now spanning over 1,100 episodes and counting, such a large episode count prevents a massive potential audience from getting invested and becoming fans. The main reason why so many people haven't watched One Piece is because of the time commitment. But Netflix may have solved this problem in a very simple way. Netflix has a plethora, big word, of One Piece content going forward for years to come, such as continued seasons of live action One Piece and Wit Studios' possible continuation of the series. The streaming giant has been growing its anime brand in recent years through Netflix original and acquiring a vast library of anime for users to browse through. Competitors like Crunchyroll exist but are a niche entertainment service compared to the behemoth, big word again, of Netflix global reach. By partnering with Wit Studio, Netflix has leveraged its position as the dominant streaming platform to capture an untapped One Piece audience through bingeable seasons that can be finished in a weekend, their bread and butter. Number 3, fresh perspectives from a dedicated production staff. The production staff will honor Oda's vision. What this means is that the One Piece will fall under a sweet spot of creative liberty between Toei's One Piece, which adapts straight from the manga, and Netflix live-action series of One Piece that takes creative liberties to tell a story in a live-action format. The One Piece will be allowed creative freedom for a new spin on the narrative while staying true to the core themes and vision. So number 2, the One Piece will stay true to the heart of the series. The spirit of One Piece will be captured in a shorter format. The heart and soul of a creative work is difficult to quantify, but matters more than anything else in a reboot or adaptation of an original work. Oda may have a hand here and there, but the vast majority of creative decisions will be decided by the executive committee and directors. With so many fingers in the pie, the soul of any other work could find itself in jeopardy. But the team behind the One Piece is stacked with industry veterans and fans who truly want to make it a masterpiece and will go above and beyond in creating their ideal vision of One Piece using every ounce of creative power behind Wit Studio. And finally, we reach number 1. The One Piece will be a potentially long series. Netflix will continue the series if successful. One Piece is nearing 1,120 episodes and will likely continue well into the 1400s, interesting, if the final saga is given enough room. With so many episodes released, Wit Studios' first season will likely determine whether fans can expect an adaptation of the rest of the series, possibly reaching the final saga alongside the original if Wit Studios shortens each arc and releases seasons at a steady pace. But Wit Studio has revealed their intention of adapting the entire series if the first season is well received, opening up such a future where fans could watch the original and the reboot alongside each other.
What? But you can't do this to me.
I started this company. You know how much I sacrificed?
So that's CBR's article of 10 reasons why the One Piece remake will be superior than the original. But in my personal opinion, because in the last video somebody told me to share my opinion, so I'm sharing my opinion, that nothing beats nostalgia. One example that comes to mind is the Hunter x Hunter example, where there was an anime that came out in 1999 and then another version came out in 2011. And we could naturally say that the 2011 has better animation, better fight scenes and things like that, but there's no debate online. I mean, we know that anime fans in recent times like to debate over everything, but there's no debate online at this point in time where persons are saying the 2011 is better for X, Y, and Z reasons. So I would feel that I wouldn't say that the Wit Studio version will be better, but it would just be especially for those new fans, and for the old fans who has been ride or die for the Toei animation version will enjoy it for the memories and to experience it with the new fans. But at the end of the day, my opinion don't count. I would love to hear your opinion. Do you agree that the Wit Studio version will smash the Toei animation version out of the water, or do you think otherwise? Let us know in the comments. So on your screen at this point in time, you should be seeing that video to click on concerning the Screen Rant's version of the One Piece remake, because they are saying that it is a mistake. So I'd love to hear your viewpoints on that video as well. And in the description, there is a One Piece news playlist. But in order for you to access those videos, you have to click on the red subscribe button. So that's it. Go on.